Hi everyone, it's Lol here from Perth in WA. I'm just going to share with you a shake I'm going to make. It's a bit of a twist on a shake, so it's not an actual handheld or blender shake. It's on the stove with a pot and it's going to be hot. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to do something like this just to show that you can make your shakes differently. It doesn't have to always be in a blender or hand shaken. There's heaps of other options too. There's like mug cakes and pikelets, heaps of different recipes that you can still use your Formula One. But it's made in a different form. So that way for people that like to eat food, you might like to try that. And also in winter, being a little bit cold, I know at lunchtime, if I want to have a shake and it's really cold like it was yesterday, I like it hot. Okay, so this is a good little twist. So I'm going to make it here now with you. It's hot oats, it's porridge. So I will turn it around so you can see, and I'm going to film it the whole way through because some people always ask me how long and what consistency. Okay, so I've got myself a pot, so get yourself a pot. I've got my oats. I've got quick oats instead of rolled oats. Okay, I just find they're just easier. They break down quicker and stuff. So quick oats, but if you've got rolled oats, that's fine. So it's 1/3 of a cup. So you can obviously use more if you're not that particular, like if you're not particularly focused on weight loss. But if you're being strict with your weight loss, go 1/3 a cup. And you can jiggle this around a bit depending if you like more or less liquid. So you could put maybe more oats and less milk if you want it. So play around with it if you like. So we've got that in there. I'm going to put 200 mils of, I'm using lactose-free milk. So this is just the one I use. But you could use light soy, you could use almond, you could use coconut milk, anything like that, okay? Some people actually use water as well. They prefer using water there and then just adding a dash of milk if you don't like it so creamy, but I like it creamy. So I'm going with that. And we're going to turn the stove on. Let's see if it's going to work for me today. There we go, we're on. Okay, so we're heating it up. This bit's going to take a little bit of time. So keep a wooden spoon next to you. Now you can do this in the microwave as well if you like. It's a lot quicker. But I just prefer where I can to do things on the stove top and avoid the microwave if I can. That's just me, so it's your call. If you want to use it in the microwave, go for it, it's quicker. Just make sure you do it in little bursts and then stir it up, a little burst, so that it doesn't all just get really thick too quick. That's the key I find with porridge. So you don't want it to get, be left there and get super thick. All right, so this bit's going to take a bit. We're going to just leave that sitting there. I'm just going to tell you what else you're going to need. You've got your protein powder. I add that. More protein in your shake is going to fill you up more, help you develop more muscle mass, give you more energy. Protein's good for your hair, nails, skin. It's great for everything. So I add that to all my shakes, whether it's like this or a shake, okay? And depending on what I'm eating and doing throughout the day is whether I'll add 1 or 2 scoops. Sometimes I use the tri-blend proteins as well, or the coffee proteins. Today I'm using this. I'm just going to grab my scooper. So I'm going to scoop out one of these, but it's pretty much that left in there. So I'm just going to throw that in rather than trying to scrape it out. So we're going to have that ready to go. And that's what I'm going to add into the hot mix. And then once I've cooked it and I pour it into my bowl, I'm actually going to add the Formula One at the end because that's the way I like to do it, okay? But again, you can twist it up. You can put your formula in here. I don't like to really cook the formula too much, just to try and keep it as fresh as possible. And I actually like sprinkling it on top so it sort of sinks into the hot oats. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of time there to thicken up. I'll just give you a look so you can see. Can you see that anyway? See, it's just starting, the milk's just starting to boil, but it's not getting very thick, it's still quite runny. If you're an oats person, you're going to know what happens, but if you're not an oats person, you'll see that you want to get it to that really thick consistency. So sorry for this part taking a bit of time, but that way you can see how long it does take me. I've never timed it. I think it's a couple of minutes, maybe. So yeah, so I'm going to actually start pouring in the protein powder. I'm going to chuck that in there now. The last of the protein in that tub. Lucky we've got more on the shelf. All my kids steal my products now. I've got nearly a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old. They've all just had birthdays or having birthdays, so I lose track. So anyway, they are all using all my products. Our products always stay on the counter, and ever since they've been babies, they've always had Herbalife. And as they've grown up, they know no other. So they use the products all day, every day. They come home after school, they make shakes, they all play sports, so they use the Rebuild CR7 all that stuff. Okay, so we're really starting to bubble up now. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm just going to keep stirring. You might want to turn it down a little bit lower so it doesn't burn. You don't want to burn your milk. This is when it starts to thicken up, plus with the protein in there. So tilt you forward, there we go. You see that getting nice and thick, bubbling up. Now some people might like to take it out now, that might be thick enough for you, but I just like to make sure those oats are really soft. So I'll stir it up a little bit more. If you see any chunky protein bits as well, just squash them up, but I don't mind. Most of it's dissolved anyway. There we go. And like I say, key is on your stovetop. Keep stirring, otherwise it will stick to the bottom. And if you're in the microwave, remember do short little, say, I don't know, 10 seconds, give it a stir, 10 seconds, give it a stir. Like I say, I don't use microwave, so I can't really tell you too much on that. Okay, so you can choose to keep going a bit longer, but I'm going to pull it out now so that we're not here forever. But that is a nice consistency anyway. And it actually does thicken up more in your plate, especially when you put your formula on. Okay, so I'm going to take you over to the other side. I'm going to need my scooper, and I'm going to need this. Let's come over here. Okay, let's see where I can put you. There. There we go. There's my bowl. Okay, so we're going to pour out the hot oats into a bowl. So I have a bowl ready. And we're pouring it out. Okay. And then if you're using this slow pot, soak it straight away, because otherwise it is hard to get it off if you leave it there. All right. Just let that bit off. All right. Now the most important bit: your formula. You can pick your flavors. You can use berry. You can use chocolate. Honestly, whatever you like. If you want F1 selects, vanilla, you name it. Depends what flavour you want, okay? My preference is cookies and cream or vanilla. So I'm going with cookies today. I have to steal this all the time from the kids because that's their favourite too. So I'm going to put 2 scoops on, sprinkling it on. It smells so good already. All right. And then I am just sprinkling some cinnamon on there. So I've kept it really simple, but like I say, you can juggle around the calories with the quantities and stuff if you wanted to add, say, a couple of chopped bananas or a couple of apples. But like this is just good, I find. Nice and tasty. Some cinnamon. Then you have a delicious bowl of shake. Okay, so a bit different to your normal shake, right? And look, it's hot. Can you see the steam? Steam coming off there. And then spoon. Get a little spoon, because then you slow down and eat slower too, okay? If you get a big spoon, it's gone before you know it. So a little spoon makes you appreciate it more, okay? So then I just sort of start to stir it through, because otherwise, if you don't stir it through a little bit, sometimes you inhale it, and then you cough all over the place. All right, so see now it's just stirred through nice and chunky, steaming hot, absolutely delicious. Make sure you do scoop all that formula off the side and make sure you get it in, otherwise it will stay on your plate. Don't want to waste it. Okay, mix it up as much as you like, and see it's got nice and thick. It's so good. And then you eat it, and it's amazing. It is so yummy. This will warm you up, it will fill you up, and you're still sticking to your shakes, especially if you're on weight loss. Or like I say, you could have it as a snack if you're not on weight loss. I'm going to go and eat this with my mix up I've got here. I've already had some boom juice today, but today now, the next lot, I've got 2 scoops of original tea in here, and I've also got my collagen hit. So I'm getting my daily collagen in. All right, that is it. That is my yummy recipe for the day. I hope you enjoy it. Comment below if you try it and if you like it and if you do any different modifications and twists, okay? Hot oats for winter. Okay, have a good day everyone. See ya.